Good morning, students. Today I am going to explain you about periodic table and also the properties of some properties related to periodic table, and also how to find the period number, group number and the block to which the elements belong to. First of all, the periodic table is a table in which the elements are placed in orderly way. To the extreme left, you can see some elements, set of elements to the middle and also to the right side. And the periodic table contains 7 horizontal rows. Those are known as periods. And also 18, the vertical columns, they are known as groups. To the extreme left, there are 2 groups you can see. To the extreme left, you can see here, to the extreme left, there are 2 groups. In the middle, you can observe 10 groups are there middle, and also to the right, 6 groups are there. You can observe. So here, to the extreme, those 2 groups are there. Now here, you can see 2 groups. Those are known as S block elements. And to the right, there are 6 groups are there. You can see vertical columns, 6 columns are there. Those are known as P block elements. In the middle, you can see 10 groups are there. Those are known as D block elements. And also down here, you can see the set of elements. Those are known as
F block elements.
So, now let us know about some properties related to this periodic table. That is the trends of some properties in the periodic table. What are the trends we can discuss about? That is atomic size. Atomic size. What is atomic size? The distance between center of the nucleus to the outermost shell, that is known as the outermost shell, that is known as the distance between center of the nucleus to the outermost shell, that is known as the atomic size. What is the trend of atomic size in the periodic table? In the periodic table, the atomic size decreases across the period. When we move towards right side, it decreases and it increases down the group. Atomic size decreases across the period and down the group it increases. And also another property, metallic and non-metallic properties. What is metallic property? Metallic property is related to electropositivity property. What is electropositivity? The tendency of an atom to lose electrons, that is known as electropositivity. And what is non-metallic property is related to the electronegativity. What is electronegativity? The tendency of an atom to gain electrons. Understood? So, metallic property and electropositivity are related to each other, and non-metallic property and electronegativity are related to each other. So, electropositivity property decreases across the period, and down the group it increases. So, we can also say that metallic property decreases across the period and down the group it increases. And electronegativity. Electronegativity is the tendency of an atom to gain electrons, right? So, it is the trend of this, we can say like this. Electronegativity increases across the period and down the group it decreases. Electronegativity increases across the period and down the group it decreases. So, non-metallic property also we can say in this order only. Non-metallic property increases across the period, down the group it decreases. Understood, children? Some of the properties and their trends. Now let us move on to finding the period number, group number and the block to which the elements belong to. Now let us consider one element whose atomic number is 15. Let us consider one the element having atomic number 15. To find the period or group or block anything, first of all we have to write the electronic configuration of that atom correctly. we have to write that correctly first, and then only we can decide the period number, group number and block. Now let us first of all talk about the block. To which block it belongs to, that also we have to understand. First of all, let us write the electronic configuration. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p3, right? You can count the electrons here. 2 plus 2, 4, 6, 10, 12, 15. So 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p. The electrons written like this. To which block it belongs to, let us see. How to find the block to which it belongs to? The lastly entered, the electrons entered to which subshell, that becomes the block of that element. The electrons are lastly filled to which subshell, that becomes the block. So here you can see lastly the electrons are filled to P block, P subshell. So it belongs to P block. So this is a P block element. And how to find out the period? How to find out the period now? Let us see. What is how to find out period? Here you can see numbers are there, 1, 2, like this 3. These all represent, indicate the shell number. Here to find the period number, we have to look at the highest shell number. Here which is the highest shell number? Highest shell number is 3. You can see here highest shell number is 3. So the period number is also, it belongs to third period. You can see it belongs to third period. It belongs to third period. Understood? Now let us come to group number. How to find out the group number? Now see here. See children, first of all, one thing I have to tell you. Whenever you want to write period number, group number or block, you should visualize the periodic table in your mind. How to visualize? You should have a visual of periodic table in your mind. To the extreme left, as I told, S block elements, that is 2 groups are there to the extreme left, and to the extreme right 6 groups are there. Those are P block elements. Extreme left 2 groups are there. They are S block elements. 2 groups are there. In the middle 10 groups are there which belong to D block. Understood? So the lastly they are the electrons are entering, no, that is also very important, to which block they are entering. So after S, D is there. After D, there is P block is there. So like this we have to visualize the periodic table in your mind. Now let us write the group number. Let us decide to which group it belongs to. See here now. Here you can see third shell is there. 3s2, 3p3. So S and P, the subshells are filled here. So what does it mean? In the middle there is a gap of 10 groups, right? So there is 10 groups gap is there. So how to find out the group now? First of all, S, P also, the electrons in the S, and also P block, and also middle 10. So how we can decide the group number then? 2 S block, that is 2 electrons are there. In the P block 3 electrons are there, and in the middle 10 groups are there. That belongs to D block. So after D block only P block comes, no? So in the middle there are 10. So totally 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 10, 15. So which group it belongs to? It belongs to 15th group. So the atomic number 15 belongs to, here you can see, 15th group. Okay, let us check here now whether this belongs to same or not. Here in the periodic table you can check. It is atomic number 15 here. Atomic number 15, that is actually here phosphorus, that belongs to 15th group. So it is actually phosphorus. The element is phosphorus. Okay children. Next let us move on to second question. Let us find out the block, group number and also period number to which this element belongs to. Atomic number is 25. Let us try to write the electronic configuration. 1s, 2s, 2p, 6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d, 5. Right? Here you can see 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, 4s, 3d. Here this is a transitional element. Whenever D block comes, we can say it is a transitional element. So to which block it belongs to? Let us try to understand. Here lastly, to which subshell the electrons are entered here? The electrons are entered to D subshell. So it belongs to D block element. Right, children? We can understand that like this. It belongs to D block. And to which period it belongs to, how we can understand? Here you have to see the highest shell number. Here you can see highest shell number, to which one it belongs to. Highest shell number you can observe here, it is 4. It is 4 here. Highest shell number is 4. So it belongs to 4th period. It belongs to 4th period. And also to which group it belongs to. Let us find it out. Now see children, visualize the periodic table now. To the extreme left, S block. To the middle, D block. So they are following each other. S and D, they are followed by, D is followed by S, isn't it? So S and D are continuous one. So group number can be decided in this way. Here 2 in the S block, electrons, number of electrons. In the D block 5. So total 7th group, that is it belongs to 7th group, we can understand. So S and D are continuous one in the periodic table. So it belongs to 7th group. Right? Understood now? Yes. So let us check our answer. Whether the answer is right or not. The atomic number is 25 here. You can observe here 25 is manganese here. Here 25 is manganese. You observe here to which block it belongs to, D block. Which period it belongs to, 4th period. To which group it belongs to, here you can see group numbers are written above these each group. So it belongs to 7th group. Correct now children? Yes. Next let us move on to another example, atomic number 20. First of all, let us write the electronic configuration of this one. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6 and also 4s2. Whether it is correct or not, let us check. 2 plus 2, 4, 6, 10, 12, 18, 20. So here you can see lastly the electrons are entered to S subshell. So it belongs to S block. Right? Yes. Next we have to find out period number of this element. Here highest shell number, which one? Highest shell number is, you can see here highest shell number 4 only. So it belongs to 4th period. It belongs to 4th period here because highest shell number is 4 here. Highest shell number. And how to find out the group of this one? Now see children here. This is lastly entered, you have to see. Lastly it has been entered, the electrons are entered to S block only. So in the S block means that is the starting of the periodic table. So here how many electrons are entered? So 2 electrons are entered. So it is a second group itself. Lastly entered is, here we have to consider only this one because after S, D, after D, P block comes. So we have to consider only this shell. So here you can see second group, it belongs to second group. So let us check the answer in the periodic table. S block element, let us see atomic number 20, that is actually here calcium. It is a calcium here. It is calcium here. You can see it belongs to which period? fourth period, right? Here it is fourth period, belongs to fourth period. And also it belongs to S block. I told the first two groups belong to the S block. So here we are right. Calcium, it belongs to the S block. And also it belongs to second group. How we can say here, this is the first group and this is the second group. Here it belongs to second group. Here you can see the period number, that is, sorry, the group number here, second group. It belongs to second group. So we are right, that is calcium. Now let us take another example, atomic number 32. Let us try to write the electronic configuration. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d10 and 4p2, right? Let us count the electrons here. 2 plus 2, 4, 6, 10, 12, 18, 20, 30, 32, right? Now let us consider which block it belongs to. Lastly entered electrons. The electrons are entered to P block. So it is a P block element. We can say easily P block element. And the period number we have to decide now. To which period it belongs to. Here see, the highest shell number you observe here. Which is the highest shell number here? Which is the highest shell number? 4. Highest shell number is 4 here, you can observe here. So it belongs to 4th period, right? Now let us consider the group to which it belongs to. How to find the group to which it belongs to? See here children, lastly entered P block means it must have been the crossed S block also and D block also, and then reached P, right? Then reached P. S block, D block and then reached P block. So what we can understand here, we have to consider S block also. Yes, how many blocks are there? 2. How many groups are there in the S block? 2. And next in the middle, before going to P block, how many the groups are there which belongs to D block there in the middle? So 10. And also in the P block, how many electrons are entered here? How many electrons are entered here? 2. So this gives the total number. So total how much it is? 10 plus 2, 12, 12 plus 2, 14. So it belongs to 14th group. Right children? Here it belongs to 14th group. You see here. Let us check our answer. It is 32, atomic number 32 here. You can see germanium. It is which one? Which element it is? Germanium. It is a germanium. It belongs to P block. We are right. Here all P block elements. So germanium belongs to P block. And it is 4th period. You can observe here the period numbers here. It is 4th period. And also group number, let us observe. Germanium belongs to 14th group here. It is a 14th group. Germanium belongs to 14th group element. So germanium belongs to 14th group, 4th period and P block. So in this way we have to decide the period number, group number and the block. I hope you all understood children. Thank you.